In a time like this, we need you, don't you think? Come on, son, do it like this. Oh, Jesus is on the main. We just tell him what you want. Oh, Jesus is on the main. You just tell him what you want. Oh, Jesus is on the main. Come on and tell him what you want.
Amen. Call him up and tell him what you want. He's not hard of hearing. Amen. He do hear and answer prayer. Amen. How many of you know if you call him, he'll come to your rescue?
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Can I get a witness?
Yes.
Amen. Amen. The morning message will be coming from the book of Luke, chapter 15. Amen. Very familiar passage of scripture. Amen. Luke chapter 15, beginning at the 11th verse. Amen. I was looking at this on this week, and I saw something there. Luke chapter 15, verse 11. It said, and he said a certain man had two sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of good that has fallen to me. And he divided unto them his living. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and took a journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his field to feed the swine. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. And when he came to himself, he said, How many hired servants of my father have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? But notice this. He said, I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as of thy hired servant. The Bible said, and he rose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great ways off, his father saw him and had compassion. Say compassion.
Compassion.
And ran and fell on his neck. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said to his servant, Bring forth his best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet. And bring hither the fattest calf, and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead. Say he was dead.
He was dead.
And is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry. Want to talk for a few minutes this morning? You can come back home.
All right.
Do I have a witness here?
Yes.
You can
You can come
come back home. Children leave home. Some leave right, some leave wrong.
That's right.
Do I have a witness here?
Yes.
But it really doesn't matter to a parent that has a tender, loving, and compassionate heart
Yes.
how they leave. And when they get in trouble, they can always come back.
Yes.
You notice most time in our life, when our children get ready to leave home and they get ready to go out the door, we always will tell them, you know, you can always come back home.
Right.
Do I have a witness here?
Yes.
Now, this morning in our text, here was a man that had two sons. Notice what it said now. Two sons. I'll be coming from the Amplified and the Message Bible. He said, then he said, there was once a man who had two sons. The younger said to his father, Father, I want right now what's coming to me.
Right now.
Tell your neighbor, don't jump the gun.
Don't jump.
Y'all ain't here.
Right. Don't jump.
I looked up that phrase, jump the gun, and the jump the gun means to start running a race before the signal has sounded.
All right.
If you know anything about sport, you know in track, when you get in your blocks, you got a man that stand there with the gun in his hand. Yeah. And when the gun sounds, that's when you leave your blocks.
Right.
But if you jump the gun too fast, you might get disqualified.
Right.
Do I have a witness here?
Yes.
So tell your neighbor, don't jump the gun.
Don't jump the gun.
Now he said, the younger said to his father, I want right now what's coming to me.
Right.
Now, in the Jewish, according to the Jewish principle of inheritance, the older son would receive 2/3 of the estate, and the younger brother 1/3. The early Jew warned the father against breaking up an estate estate too early. So you can't give it away too early. Because sometimes they might not know how to handle it. Y'all ain't hear me. So in this case, this father granted the son request, which illustrates to me how God permits each person to go his or her own way. It was by no means unusual for a father to distribute his estate before he died, if he wished to retire from the actual management of a family. According to Deuteronomy 21:17, it says, but he shall acknowledge the son of the unloved wife as the firstborn by giving him a double portion of all that he had. For he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. Do I have a witness here? But it goes on and says, not many days after, the young son gathered all together his belongings and took a trip to a distant island. And the Message Bible said it was long before the younger son packed his bag and left for a distant country. They are undisciplined and dissipating. He wasted everything that he had. Y'all ain't gonna pray with me.
Come on.
So, I tell you, he's got to show you that. Watch this. But when he had spent all, there arose a severe famine in that land. Can I bring it home to us?
Come on.
Paper towels run out on the shelf.
Right.
Couldn't find no Clorox.
That's right.
Couldn't find no bleach. Couldn't find no sanitizer. Couldn't find meat in the grocery store.
All right.
That's a famine.
That's right.
Do I have a witness here? But he said, now, all of his money was gone. There was a food shortage in the land. Now, what I'm going to do, tell your neighbor, you can always go back home.
You can always go back home.
I'm telling you what I'm going to do. He said, I joined myself to a citizen of this country. A citizen at that time was a resident of a city, a native of naturalized person who was entitled to protection from the government. Tell your neighbor, the government can't protect you.
The government can't protect you.
Y'all ain't hearing me. He sent him into his field to feed the swine, which was pig. We know them as hogs or pig. Do I have a witness? And in that day and time, feeding swine was an insulting job for a Jewish person. A Jewish would have been unbearably degraded, sunk to a mean or despicable state. Do I have a witness here? Since hog was considered unclean to the law of Moses, Leviticus 11:7. It said, and swine, though it divides the hoop, have closed hoop, yet does not chew the cud, is unclean to you. The reason the law of Moses forbade the eating of swine are one. Watch this, number one. Inadequate cooked pork could transmit disease to humans. Secondly, pig was sacrificed to pagan deity. Thirdly, because pork tastes good, refusing it would be suitable test of faithfulness and obedience. Then he get to verse 16, and he said he would gladly have filled his stomach with pod, meaning seed vessel, as of a bean or a pea, that the swine ate, and no one gave him anything. This is just like people. You're down and out. Don't have a dime in your pocket. No car to ride in.
Come on now.
And when those so-called friends turn their backs on you, but aren't you glad that you have a friend that'll stick closer than a brother?
Yes.
His name is Jesus.
Jesus.
But I think what this son said, he said, but when the prodigal son came to himself. Y'all don't hear me. Tell your neighbor, you got to come to yourself. Then he realized what he had at home. I feel like preaching now. He said, I'll go back to my father's house. Can I tell somebody out there that God told me to tell you that he married to the backslider? No matter how strong or hope the enemy might think he has on you. He said, but if you would just turn from your wicked ways and come back to me, I will in no wise cast you out. But watch this, notice it now, he said, but when the prodigal son came, stay with me, boy, to himself, and said, how many of my father's hired servants have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? He said, again, you can see that as long as a man is apart from God, he's not truly himself. Do I have a witness? Tell your neighbor, when you turn your back on God, he'll just step back and let you do what you want to do. Because I heard the scripture say, all the way of a man in his own life is right. But can I tell you, the Lord weighs them all. Well, tell your neighbor, there is a way that seems right to a man. Good God Almighty. I need to stay with myself here now. Watch. You can come back home. Watch this. Therefore, before a lost person can come to God, he must see his true state of slavery to sin and separation from God. Watch this. He must humble himself and confess his sin. And I heard John say, if I confess my sin, that he's faithful and just to forgive me of my sin and clean me from all unrighteousness. Tell your neighbor, the only somebody that can clean you up is Jesus. I feel like preaching in here, y'all. Tell your neighbor, neighbor, don't jump the gun. Oh, I'm trying not to jump in myself. He said, and be willing to do whatever the Father requires. Tell your neighbor, you can't do what you want to do and expect to get God blessed. Y'all don't hear me. Because we know that only the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit can bring a person to realization of his sin. The preacher can't do it. The deacon can't do it. The choir can't do it. Mother, father can't do it. Only Jesus can make you realize that you need his help. Watch this. At last, the boy came to his senses. You got to understand something here. Until a person comes to their senses, they ain't going to change. But how many of you know that God will put a stumbling block in your way and will cause you to turn back to him? Somebody out there that knows might not realize what's going on. But I realize that God is still in control. Do I have a witness here? Tell your neighbor, he hadn't forgotten about you. He hadn't thrown you away. All he's waiting on us to do is like Acts 2:38. He said, repent and be baptized, every one of us, in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Tell your neighbor something about that name. Jesus. Every time I call it, some start to spur up on me. The more I call it name, the better I feel. Jesus, my hope. Jesus, for tomorrow. Jesus, my money when I don't have no money. Because I heard him say the king's heart is in God's hand. He can turn it whichever way he wants to turn it. Tell somebody, don't worry, just be happy. For God got your back. I don't care how it looks. God is still in charge. The Bible said, I preach right now, the earth is the Lord, and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell in it. Tell your neighbor, I don't care how high they might go, God is still in control. I heard David say, the Lord is my light and my salvation. In whom shall I fear? Do I have a witness here? Good God Almighty, I heard David say again, I've been young, but now I'm old. I've never seen the righteous forsaken. Tell your neighbor, it don't matter if a family do come. God said he'll take care of me. Do I have a witness? Yeah, I will supply your every need according to my riches in Christ Jesus. You don't have to worry. You don't have to fret. I think I'll say that again. Fret not thyself because of evil doing. I got the rod right there. I don't care how the enemy rise up. God still got your back. Let him rise. When it all said and done, you gonna get the last land. Do I have a witness? Fret not thyself because of evil doing. And there's some evil in the land. God is calling us back to repentance. Turn from our wicked ways. Somebody might be wondering why he closed the doors on the church. But I heard the CDC said we ain't never told them to close the doors. We just told them how many members that they can have. Somebody better hear this little boy from Proper, Mississippi. We gonna hear what I'm saying. God has got sick and tired of us doing our own thing, doing what we want to do, not letting the Holy Ghost operate. Tell your neighbor, God is still in charge. Yeah. When he allows us to go back full time, he told me to tell you, it better be a new thing, a new way. Put love in your heart. Get rid of hatred, bitterness, strife, backbiting, lying, cheating. Yeah! Get rid of it. Don't let it be named once among you and become saints. Tell your neighbor, God still calling for holiness. Y'all don't hear me. still calling for lifestyle. He's still calling for lifestyle. He's still forgiving. He's still married to the backside. But he's tired of the stuff that's been going on in his house. He want to be the source, the operator of how things operate in his house. God bless you. May God keep you. It's my prayer. Amen. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want, 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 and I shall not want. Listen. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd,